My wife was Kia. My homophobe mother is terrorizing me even after death.
TL.
Dear, my wife saved me from my homophobic mother's abuse.
My wife recently died at war and my mother has started emotionally abusing me again. This time weaponizing my wife's death to further torment me. She went too far and I brought up her divorce. Estranged daughter. And surviving cancer. My F-19 wife, F-21, went home, Ukraine, to join the military a while before the invasion because she had a bad feeling and wanted to help defend her country. She was Kia. Mom was abusive. When I met my wife, she saved me from it. Moved in with her at 17. At 18, with my mom no longer legally controlling me, we got married, and not long after that I cut my mom off for a while. Mom is Christian and homophobic. She's hated my wife since they first met because with her around I was safe and my mom could no longer harm me any other way besides legally. Visited my family for my cousin's high school graduation. The news comes on. It's about the war and everyone looks at me. My mom scoffs. I ignore it. Later she gets belligerent, yelling that not enough soldiers are dead. Turns to me and tells me my wife was a war criminal who suffered the wrath of God for her doings. And that she hopes it was a slow, painful death. That she killed more civilians than helped and her death is just part of cleansing the earth of its evilness. That's summarized. She always goes very graphically into detail, but that's when I lost it and blacked out with anger. So of course I can't remember everything. Hasn't been long. I'm still grieving. I said some messed up stuff, bringing up her and my father's divorce. My sister, being estranged, said she wouldn't even be capable of locating either country on a map or shooting a gun. Survived cancer cause. Maybe she is the cancer if we're gonna talk about who deserves to die. My wife died with a rifle in her hand fighting for her country while mom couldn't even be bothered to acknowledge the war or any world atrocities until it was time to mentally and emotionally torture me after my wife's death. Got up and walked out after that. Been a few days since. Still don't feel sorry. Everyone except my cousin says I went too far, but I don't think I did. She's been terrible to me my entire life, and once she knew my wife died she's been worse. She sends 30+ homophobic Bible texts a day after being asked not to. And to make things worse, the day I found out the love of my life was dead, she sent me a 3-hour-long audio message of her saying my wife was evil and it's simply God's will. I was trying so hard to have a relationship with my mother. But I think this settled it. I'm very close to cutting her off permanently. But I'm considering reaching out to her and seeing if she would attend a therapy session with me first, or consider talking about why she's been so bad to me first. She doesn't deserve kindness or redemption though. Therapy. Honestly, I feel she would decline anyway, or it would be unproductive because she would be too busy terrorizing you. Cut her off and save yourself. Save yourself for your future and your late wife. She would want you to live in peace and happiness. My condolences are with you. And I wish you strength through this. Heart. Your mom is pure evil. Leave and cut ties with her completely. Do you live with your mom? Do you live in an area that has LGBTQ+ crisis services? Like a shelter hotline, mental health support, or LGBTQ youth services? If you live in the PNW US, I can connect you with some. This is pretty severe emotional abuse and you are probably eligible for any youth crisis services available. They might even be able to provide you with a mentor or advocate you can talk to who is experienced with this stuff. You need to get away from your mom. Can you do some Googling or possibly contact the mods about help finding possible services in your area? Do you have like 211 or any resource hotlines? Do not contact your mom because you will not get any answers or closure from her. All you can do is protect yourself. First of all, I am sorry for your loss. Your wife died a hero. And it's a small consolation. But every Ukrainian and every ally appreciates her and your sacrifice. Again, I am very sorry. After reading your story, I don't think your mother deserves any redemption through therapy or through your attempts to fix a relationship. You will be absolutely justified if you cut her off completely. It sounds like she brings nothing in your life but pain, abuse, and anger. It's understandable that, as she's still your mother, you would want to try to fix the relationship. Still, it sounds like she doesn't want it. And it sounds like you're much better off without her. Take care of yourself. Grieve. And don't let your mother make your loss any more painful or tormenting than it already is. Move out. Hell, move out to another town and don't tell her. Remove her from your emergency info and tell everyone you know not to tell her where you are. If you need move to another school, job, whatever. She doesn't love you like a mother should love a son. And if you continue trying to save this relationship, nothing will come of it because your mother doesn't see any problem with her words or actions and will continue acting this way. Grieve and move on without people putting you down. Cut your mom out of your life. She's toxic. Then I want you to do what your wife would have wanted to see. Live your life to the fullest. Put your shoulders back. Straighten your back. And believe in yourself. Recognize the strength that got you to where you are in life. And the soft parts of you that let you show compassion and empathy on the days that you just can't. Show yourself grace and kindness. Let your tears fall. And stay in bed for just a little. The sun will rise tomorrow. But today you are being a true friend by showing yourself kindness. Your wife, from what little I know of her, seems to be a deeply caring person. She saw something in you that showed you to be a good and worthy person. These are traits that many of us struggle to see within ourselves. We all must always push ourselves to see that in ourselves. And to live our life in a way that makes those words true. Right now, this is a hard path for you to walk. I'm so sorry that you've lost your wife. And that you don't have a support network where you deserve it. Be kind and gentle to yourself and let no one in who is unable to do the same. I understand that you want her to explain her reasons for being so nasty to you. But she won't. Trust me, you will not get the closure you need. People are who they are. Maybe she has reasons, but honestly she is choosing to be judgmental and homophobic to a degree of abuse that maybe you got used to growing up. From the outside all I can see is horrifically abusive, controlling behavior that is extremely damaging. Guilt triggers are often installed into children of people like this early on. That you are somehow responsible for her emotional dysregulation. That you can fix this by being somehow different or understanding or something. That she should have a good reason to be this nasty. Sadly, a lot of people just don't have a good reason. They just want everyone to be as miserable as they are. If you are not getting therapy, please consider it. You may need to try several before you find the right one. Look for those experienced in toxic parental relationships and homophobia. If you are getting it, then please consider that there is a side effect of getting good therapy. And that is wanting to share in the healing process and help others to feel better. The reason you feel better or gain from therapy is because you are invested and want to feel better. You are doing the work and embracing the change. Not everyone is willing to move from their own misery. They are comfortable in their own bubble, comfort zone. They can even be scared of the changes you are making because it makes you less controllable and more self-aware. Source: I too had a parent who was very judgmental. It was mostly because they had narcissistic tendencies and I did not fit with what she wanted me to be. There was nothing about me that was good physically or emotionally that she approved of, and even went so far as to take me to the doctors to complain about me being an introvert, as if that was also something wrong she could fix somehow. I got therapy and it helped a lot to see that it wasn't deliberate. It wasn't personal. It was a product of who she was inside. Someone that could not be the parent I wanted them to be. I hope you find peace, and I would advise reading up on how to cut off a parent, as the backlash can be extreme for a while. Boundaries are hard to put up and maintain against constant abuse without support and understanding. You will be accused of hurting them by doing so. But this is a necessary step in your recovery. You've gone above and beyond what you should tolerate from your mother. It's okay to tell her that she's no longer welcome in your life. Just because she gave birth to you does not mean you owe her a thing. Cut contact with her and any other family member that defends her toxic behavior. You need healing now. She is the evil one. I could be a bit petty. So after cutting contact with her, I would have participate in LGBTQ community and post photos of it on my social media. You can find fantastic friends amongst them. You don't need to apologize for being as unfiltered as possible to someone weaponizing the death of your late loved one to try to attack your very being. You were right. This woman is a cancer. You don't need to have a relationship with a parent where you put in the effort and she harms you enough to make you think you did something wrong. You need to block this woman. You need to physically remove yourself from anywhere around her. You can then start to pick up your heart and try to figure out what being okay means for you. Your loss is one that cannot be understated. Me and my entire queer household started crying at just the thought of this when I brought it up. May you find all the peace you are owed by a world that has taken so much from you. My F-19 wife, F-21, went home, Ukraine, to join the military a while before the invasion because she had a bad feeling and wanted to help defend her country. She was Kia. Another topical creative writing exercise. My mother is sending me 30 of the most stereotypical Bible thumper audio messages a day saying my dead wife was evil. Should I cut her off? Come on, people. I don't think you will gain anything from therapy. Just go no contact and cut your losses. Please cut off your mom, she's toxic. You need to protect yourself. What country do you live in? It could help us advise you of what crisis services are available. It sounds as though you need to get away from your mother. Cut her off entirely, and go to counseling. These are the types of people that get cut out of your life and never spoken to again. Anything else is gonna end in you continually being hurt again. Forget cutting her off. I don't think that it roles were reversed and my dad was abusing me like this. That I wouldn't snap and just make him eat his words. That's taking it too far. Not what you did op. My deepest condolences for your loss, heart. I'm so sorry you lost such a beautiful, loving, compassionate wife to the absurdity that is war. That being said, I don't think you should keep on trying to have your mom in your life. All the hurtful shit she said and no sign of remorse? What an ass hat. First, I'm very sorry for your loss. Your wife was a brave and kind woman from what I can tell, and you were right to defend her and yourself against your mother. I cut off my abusive, narcissistic mother and I haven't regretted it since. She doesn't believe in therapy either. It has been around 3 years and my life has been peaceful. Don't feel guilty for thinking about your happiness and mental health and well-being. You are a good person. Don't let this woman bring you down anymore. Good luck and I hope everything gets better for you. Emo, you haven't said enough. You can wish all the worst to your mother and tell her to FK herself. Cut ties with this piece of shit. Move as far as you can. Block her number and never ever call her. Answer her messages or visit her. Ever. Cut this trash out of your life. Do not go for a therapy session. Why waste money on this human garbage? You can go to therapy on your own to settle things, but definitely do not bother a therapy with your mother. It's a waste of money and your time. I wish you all the best, girl, and I hope you will feel better at some point. My dear friend, don't just be close to cutting her off, and save yourself the heartache and pain of a future where she does nothing but make you miserable. If she is willing to make you feel this low and alone in your darkest hour when you need her to be a supportive mother, then what she will do if you go through something even worse. Go no contact and make a life that will be so much happier without her, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.